To discover who you are, one of the things I did as a stylist, this is fun. I didn't say this before. Look up what different colors mean. Your eye
Yeah.
and your brain relates to a color palette. Yellow
True.
or gold exudes wisdom. Orange just makes people happy. Blues put people in a more trusting mood. So I said to myself, well, what's my color? What's my color? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Purple is known for being regal or royal,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Very
Royal
true.
purple, right? So if you were to just simply go off of science, colors make us feel a certain kind of way.
Yeah.
Colors make us exude emotion and feeling from us. And so if you're talking to someone, you're sitting
Mm-hmm.
across from someone at lunch, you got a meeting, you're a lawyer, a doctor, a psychiatrist, and you want them to trust you, you might want to go with blue and gold,
Yeah.
right? So
Right.
it's really a science behind it too. It's not just all guesswork. And I would encourage women, especially, I'm 40, honey, and 40 just hit different. I would, girl, am I hot? I'm hot. I think I'm hot. You know,
You
it's
just
just,
don't look it, so it's supposed to look good on you.
thank you. And I'm still hot, but it's okay. And it's, it's one of those, am I cold or am I hot? I'm always feeling something. It's good though. Let me get back up. It's good though to look up the emotion behind the color because it'll help you be happy. It'll help
That is
you.
true.
It'll I went and bought an orange bag in one of the worst times in my life. And every time I looked at that
Mm.
bag, I'm like, a person that wears an orange bag is supposed to be happy. It's just supposed to,
Yeah.
it makes you smile.
It's just awesome.
It just makes you smile. And
It's
so
bright.
it's bright. And so I would
Mm-hmm.
encourage a little courage, practice a little bit of courage and stepping outside of your box a little bit. And it's so liberating. It's so liberating. I'm thinking right now, Tabitha Brown. You know who Tabitha Brown is?
I've heard the name, but it's not ringing a bell.
She is one of the most colorful, bold, bad sisters. I love me some Tabitha.
Hmm.
She's
I'm
got
gonna
a
have to
vegan
look
cookbook.
her up. Okay, definitely gotta look her up. I like
Tabitha
food.
Brown. Yes.
Okay.
But she's very colorful and very bold. But she
Oh.
wasn't always that way. Just like I wasn't always like this. I was not always like this. I was raised in a very strict religious home. I couldn't all this color, you see, girl, I could wear all this color in my hair.
Hmm.
Mm-mm. You know, um,
Yeah.
very, very strict kind of upbringing, but it's
Hmm.
liberating. Once you get to know you, you can express yourself in your
That's
style.
all fun.
It's fun. It becomes fun at that point.
Yes, and that's it.
Yeah, love
So,
yourself through your style. Absolutely.
mm, remember that.
Yeah.
Remember that. If you don't remember anything else in this whole conversation we have, remember, love yourself through your style.
Yes. Yeah.
So, as much as you're having fun with your colors and your business and helping everyone, as a mom and as an entrepreneur, how do you balance the two?
I don't use the word balance.
I see that look.
It's a mess. Um, it's a beautiful mess. I have my calendar, and we try our best to stick to the calendar. I do try my best to stick to the calendar. If it's not in a calendar, it usually don't get done. Usually, because I need reminders because the day is away from me. But in being kind to myself, I had to learn how to be flexible. Before I was a business owner, before I was an author, before I was a mom, you could not be late to a meeting with me. I thought that was just so unprofessional. You just have to be on time. You just have to. So unprofessional. Listen here. Yes, being on time is important, but getting the job done is even more important. Getting the job done when everybody is at ease and at peace and feel free and liberated enough to communicate and work and express themselves and be in a creative environment is even more important. So until I learned how to be kind to myself, then I could be kind to my team and be kind to other people that I work with. The schedule, honey, just grows. It just grows. As we check things off our list, it's like 3 or 4 more things on the list. And then you thought you were going to be able to get one thing done, but you only got it halfway done. So now it's a to be continued on that meeting, right? It's a to be continued on that project. Oh, I didn't know I was going to have to go to the Secretary of State, file these papers, go to them, do this, do that. So some things you don't even realize how many steps it might take to get that one thing done. And so, my son, he alive. He ain't going nowhere. We gonna keep him alive. He gotta eat. You know how you work so hard. You look up, you don't forgot what time it was, and you haven't ate. I can't do that with my kid, right? He gotta eat.
No. Yes, like mommy, where's my food? Mommy, I haven't eaten yet. Mommy, you haven't said hey to me.
He gotta be bathed. I gotta cook him a home cooked meal. He gotta go to school. Gotta get picked up from school, girl. I ain't gonna tell you how many
times. Gotta do homework. Got projects to do.
Rushing. I gotta go pick my baby up from school. Right?
Oh yeah.
The homework gotta be done. Personal life, make time for spiritual needs. You gotta make time to read your word. You gotta make time to communicate, commune with the Lord. You gotta make time.
Never ending.
It's always. It ain't never level. You know what I mean? It's always. We just working it out and getting it done.
Go with the motion.
and forgiving ourselves. I was just cleaning out my closet, getting rid of a lot of old paperwork. I'm getting ready to give away some clothes. It's nice to get rid of the clutter. It helps you think better. It's nice to clean and stay organized. That also takes time. Yeah, the goal is to get the job done. Get the job done. And it's okay if it takes you a little longer. I think it was Frantonia Collins, one of my life coaches, two. Frantonia Collins, I did a vision board with her. And in this vision board class we did, or session, or whatever you want to call it, she had us cut all these pictures out. Everybody got a million pictures. And she was like, well, what can you get done in a year? And I was like, wait, in a year? I got to get rid of some of these pictures. I can't accomplish. I don't know if I'm going to get married this year, right? So let me take that off the vision board. And then, it's like, well, what about the next 6 months? Well, I don't think I'm able to open up my store in 6 months. I mean, I want to open. I don't know if I can get it done next 6 months. Let me take some of that off the list. And say, well, what can you get done in the next 90 days? I'm like, girl, 90 days? What can I get done in 90 days? So take some more. So she was teaching me to be realistic.
Yeah.
And so in 90 days, I wanted my family back. At the time I was still in Las Vegas, right? I moved back home. I was still in Las Vegas. I wanted my family back. I was really sad in a deep, deep way. and I want
Hmm.
to reconnect with Jennifer and who I was as a person. And like I
Okay.
said, the pretty clothes and the condo with the view and the fireplace, honey, do not make you happy. It's
Mm.
cute, but cute and happy is not the same word. It's not the
Two
same thing.
different things. Yeah.
And I really was not doing well in my relationships. And I
Mm.
really, my goal after all of that, my goal was to grow as a independent business owner, as a stylist, and to have my family back in my life. And those are something that those are things that I thought that I could do within the next 90 days had I made the right decision.
Okay. Yeah.
And I wanted to pay my
Yeah.
car off. That was something that I believed that I could,
Yes.
you know. And then she said, well, what steps do you need to take to get those things done? And so now we have a plan. And now
Mm-hmm.
we have a list to go on to get these things done. So I started to transition and move my goal setting in a way to get through the next 90 days, write out what needed to be done to get those goals done. Now we have a plan of action and then
Mm.
to work on that, right? And so
Okay.
that was life changing.
Mm.
That
Oh,
was
that's
absolutely,
good.
absolutely life changing.
That's
And
good.
keeping track of what were we talking about? Schedule? We were talking about our schedules.
Balancing mommy
That
life and business.
it helped to prioritize family for me because
Family
money,
first.
chasing money had became my priority and I was so sad. But now that
Mm.
I my family in my life, girl, I'm wearing hot pink and yellow. Right.
Made a big difference, huh?
And so that was something that I had uncovered and dug
Hmm.
up in in that um in that process, and it was something that I could do something about. It was
Okay.
something I could do something about. And so in balancing, there's a book called The One Thing,
Okay.
and he gives the example of having rubber balls. You bounce the rubber ball, it bounce back. Bounce the rubber ball, it bounce back. You drop something in your
Hmm.
business, it bounce back. You can make that email
Yep.
later. You can call that person
Hmm.
back. You can schedule that appointment
Hmm.
later. But the
Hmm.
relationship with your children, the
You
relationship
can't
with
get
your
there.
spouse,
Yeah.
those are glass balls.
Yep. Those can
Those
break
are
and
glass
not be
balls.
repaired. Very
And
true.
those things can break. Those
Very
things
true.
can. And so when I started to look at that in a more serious, more fragile, because I'm getting older and older, I'm like, oh, you know, um, don't forget when you're balancing work to balance your personal life.
Mm.
Forget when you're balancing work to balance your heart space and your center. Are you family centered? Are you money centered? Are you
Mhm.
spiritually centered? Where, you know,
Mm.
that where are you centered? Where do you go to find peace? If we're just chasing this dollar, chasing the
Yes.
money, chasing the fame or the recognition or
Thank you.
validation
Yep.
or whatever it is, a lot of what we chasing is at home.
Yep.
And
That's
so I
true.
that's how I keep balance. Prayer,
Okay.
prayer, journaling,
Yes.
mine and Jennifer, what's most important to Jennifer, because girl, all I chased was money, 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 money. And I was miserable. And I didn't even realize that's what I was doing.
Mm.
I didn't even realize.
Wow. That kind of leads into the next question. Have you ever had a moment where you forgot to be kind to yourself? And if so, what did you do to remind yourself to be kind to yourself?
So yeah, I had many moments and many reminders. So I am not being kind to myself when I am stuck in guilt or shame. When the chatter in your head won't stop. When you've gone over budget because you just wanted to feel good in a moment and you spent more on dinner than you should have, and you got the extra glass of champagne and you ordered the steak when you know you need the chicken, and instead of getting one pair of shoes, you got two, you know.
Yeah.
Continue to date that guy that you already kind of know ain't necessarily it, but you don't really want to be alone, and and now it's toxic, right? And so um those are things that we can do something about. Those are decisions that we can hold ourselves accountable for. And so I would beat myself up like, oh, why you spend all that money? You you need to stay on a budget. You need to save. Did we pay this off yet? Why build a credit cards up like that? You need to leave that man alone. He don't treat you the way you want to be treated. My mom or somebody might have said something to me and I'm holding on to it. I'm taking it personally and I'm holding it in and it's repeating over and over in my head. Though the light we carry, Michelle Obama, I think that's the name of the second book, Becoming, the first book.
The first one. Yep.
She gives an example and she talks about how we don't have to own that chatterbox in our head. It is not who you are. It may be a part of you, but it is not who you are. And you get to define who you are. You get to say what you agree with, what you disagree with, the principles and the morals that you stand on. And, you get to make better decisions. You get to do you. Yeah. You get to become who you want to become. And Maya Angelou, The Heart of a Woman, she might be stressed out over a situation, over a man, over a job, over her son, right? And I need a drink, and she would pour up her brown liquor. And I'm like, Auntie Maya, you need a drink too. I thought it was just me, Auntie. So that's what I started calling her, Auntie Maya. Y'all can tell, right? When we read these books by these powerful women, they can set an example and they can just kind of become our friends, our mentors in a way. If you don't have that relationship with your mom, you don't have, an aunt in your life or somebody in your life, reading the books of some of these powerful women really just helped me be kind to myself, reading their story and how they were able to overcome the anxiety and the stress and the pressure of being married or not being married.
Yeah.
Having a kid, live with grandma, right? Maya went through a lot, right? Not having a child, but not being able to have them with you because you have to go make a living. That was difficult, right?
Yeah.
Being the wife of the president, that first Black president, and still having children and trying to have some sense of normal when you got people from every angle saying every negative thing that and then holding on to your faith, holding on to your relationship with self, holding on to your relationship with your mother, still having friends at the kitchen table, she went in depth with some things that really was encouraging to me and gave real feedback as to how to be kind to myself. And I think you have to know yourself. Journaling helps. Journaling helped me get a lot of the mess out, put some things into words, be verbal about how I was feeling, what I was going through. Reading my Bible, examples of women in the Bible, Proverbs 31 woman, example of Rahab. Rahab was a prostitute. Rahab believed in the Lord, She helped God's men out. Her family was saved. Who would have thought? you know, you
Yeah.
know, you got Rebecca and Jacob. He waited forever. He had to marry his sister before he get the one he wanted. You know, so
Yeah.
there is the Sarah. She didn't have her child. She was much much older.
Yep.
So there books, examples of people that have given me strength and given me power and taught me how to be kind to myself, because I had no idea how to be kind. I didn't know how to let it go.
Yeah.
And I didn't know my blood pressure. I still take blood pressure medication. Okay. But I will tell you this, it goes beyond lipstick and a new outfit.
True.
Being
Very
kind
true.
to yourself goes beyond a hairdo and a new outfit. And this is coming from the stylist.
Very
This
true.
is coming from the boutique owner. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it all. I want you to have the new outfit. I want you to look good. And I want you to feel good. I want you to have that glow. I want you to have that shine. And that's from the inside.
Yes.
That's from being kind to yourself on the inside and knowing who you are on the inside and loving yourself, hopefully the way that God loves you, or just knowing God loves
Mm.
even me and my humanness, even me and all my sinful nature. He still let me wake up today. He still let me look this good. He
Mm.
still, you know,
Yes.
he still blessed me. He still let me have my mama.
Still
He still
covering you.
relationships. He still let me get up and go to work. He still loved me, and I get to try again.
Yes.
I get another day to be grateful. I get another day to try. I get another day to be a friend. I get another day to be
Yes.
encouraged. I get to do this. I get to live this life. And so those conversations that you have with yourself about who you are and who you purpose to can help you learn how to be kind to yourself. And what does kindness look like? What does that even mean? So yeah, that took a lot of work. That took a lot of work. I didn't wake up happy 10 years ago, 5 years ago. I had to learn how to be happy, and I still don't always wake up happy. I have to decide to be happy.
That's it. So you've given great examples of how you learned and how you taught yourself to be happy and how to kind of create solutions for yourself when you're trying to get back to that happy space. How do you handle people that are not kind to you?
I spaz out. No. Girl,
Oh
I'm a work
my
in progress. Wait a minute, hold on. I'm a work in progress. Ain't
We
nobody
have our
said
moments.
I'm perfect. You still might get it on a
No
Tuesday.
one is perfect.
Um, I will say that the most important thing for me to be is diplomatic, I guess, in a way, and just asking that sincere question, how are you?
Hmm.
How are you? A lot of times, their anger, their grief, their frustration isn't about me. It's about whatever is going on in their own head, what somebody else may
Hmm.
said or what somebody else did that they actually care about, right? And then
Right.
they come to work and they got the chatterbox in their head.
Yep.
And so they're not focused and they're making mistakes or they're halfway listening and so it opens up a gateway of communicating when you can sincerely pause and give a person an opportunity to
Yep.
respond. How are you? What's going on with you? And that can be a way for them to calm down, a way for them to center themselves and have a real conversation and a real honest moment with you about what's going on. We're always
Yeah.
going to see people not being kind to themselves or not being kind to you. They're going to lose their patience. They're not going to care what you think. They're not going to care how you feel. All they want to do is go to work. You dummy, just do my job, but you're doing it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
we need to have a conversation. How are you today?
Sure.
What's going
That's it.
on? What's going on? And if you can do that, and I know that's hard for some people, but if you can just sincerely be a friend in a moment and just ask, how are you? It'll uncover whatever that thing was, and hopefully they'll get on
Mhm.
the other side of it enough to respect
Yeah.
you and respect the project to get the
Yeah.
project done. And so yeah, sometimes I gotta just let it out. Just let it out. And it's sincere, how are you, helps them do that. It's a lot of times when somebody's, how you gonna be mad at me? I ain't even do nothing to you. Like, mad at me for what?
It's not
Like,
about you. It's
nobody's
something
mad
else
at
going
me.
on.
I'm awesome. I'm great. Nobody's mad at me. No. But yeah, I mean,
No, I
I
understand what you're saying.
yeah, like I have my moments, where I might lose my temper, spaz out
We all
too.
do. Yeah.
So
We all do.
they just try to be
It's one of
understanding.
those. Yeah, it's one of those. Agree to disagree or agree to come to an agreement.
Yeah.
And I think the how are you and even a smile makes a big difference in someone's day.
Mhm. Mhm. Definitely. I'm a friend. I am not here to hurt you at all. I am only here to encourage and uplift. That's who I am. I'm an encourager.
Mhm.
I'm here to encourage, uplift, build, not tear down. So if you got an attitude with me, well, let's get to encouraging.
Let's
Let's
figure
get some
out
work. Let's get some work done.
what's
You
going on.
know, are you mad at me? What did I do? I don't even get it. So
So you
yeah.
encouraging others and trying to come to an agreement or agree to disagree with women that don't know how to be kind to themselves or forgot how to be kind to themselves. What advice would you give
Journaling. Journal. I had a friend, she thought journaling was so weird. I don't journal. I don't journal.
them?
My mama put a journal in my hand at 10 years old, and I have kept a journal my whole life. When you don't know how you feel, and it's just so many things happening, one thing after the next, after the next, after the next. This
Mhm.
relationship, this job, this argument, I lost this, I can't find that, this job not going right, and it's just, oh my gosh. It helps to release
Mhm.
all of the frustration in the journal. It helps to just kind of write a letter to God. That's what I do, or a letter to your best self. What if
Mhm.
I were the me I always wanted to be, right?
Right.
Um, what would she say about what's going on right now? What would she do? She
Okay.
probably let that man go quick, She'll
That's
probably go, he's
that's
not
a good
gonna go with
example.
that job.
Yeah.
What was your best self say? And then, like I said, I write a letter to God, like, dear God, this happened. This is how I'm feeling. What can I do about it? This? What I want. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if it's aligned with your will or not, but it's kind of where we at,
He let you know.
Yeah, and you just have to be honest first with what's really
Mm,
happening. Um, when you get to know who you are and you get to know yourself,
mm.
you can honestly say, you know what, I don't like that. I do not want to feel that way. I do not want to be treated that way in any kind of relationship. Some of these
Yeah.
bosses are verbally abusive. These
Yes.
parents are verbally abusive. These
Hmm.
friends are verbally
Yep.
abusive. Like, girl, I thought you was my friend.
Yep.
And If every time you around your nail tech, she putting you down and you walk away feeling less than, maybe she shouldn't be your nail tech,
Yeah,
right?
you need a new one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it could really be anyone in your life, and it can be
That's true.
anywhere. And I would say the more you get to know yourself, be okay with you, accept who you are, you can start to set those boundaries
Hmm.
and say, you know what, I don't want to tolerate this. I don't want to tolerate this behavior. It makes me feel bad about me. I don't want to eat this. I know I grew up on
Yeah.
pork. I don't want to eat it. No, I ain't Muslim. I don't want to eat it. You know, um, it's a lot. It's a lot, and um, being kind to yourself is something that you have to put in practice, and it's something that could easily be thrown off because we're as women especially, we want to be kind to everybody else more than we're kind to ourselves. We want to cater, we want to nurture our men, we want to cater and nurture our
Oh my
children,
goodness. Yes. Hmm.
our clients, but you have to set a boundary as to what is fair. What is fair in being kind
Yes.
to yourself? And there's going to be some compromise.
Yes. Yes.
But
Yes.
even after compromising, you shouldn't feel slighted. You should feel like you
Yeah.
compromised. Even after
Yeah.
compromising, you shouldn't feel bad or feel like you weren't kind to yourself. You should still walk away with a sense of dignity.
Yes.
And um being kind isn't having your way all of the time. It's really coming from a soulful spiritual place that allows you to be a friend.
Mm.
And that is priceless, to be a
That
friend,
it
to be
right
someone who can
there.
understand,
Mm.
to be someone who can listen, to be someone who can understand, to be someone who can be there for you. Um, those things are absolutely priceless. And it has nothing to do with what you're wearing, but the glow, you can't take that off.
Is everything.
The glow
That
will
is so
follow you.
true. That
Yeah,
is true.
the glow will follow you wherever you go.
That
The
is
glow
so so
is the
true.
outfit. You know, that's the outfit
That is
really is the
it.
glow.
What is
And it's
what's the saying? The clothes don't make you, you make the clothes.
that's right. That's right. It's just the feeling of being blessed gives so much confidence that I would encourage any woman that is not being kind to herself, get to know who made you. Get to know your creator. Get
Mm.
to know who made you and let him teach you what love is and let him teach you what kindness is and
Mm.
how he is being kind to you. And then you can see it and reframe what kindness is. You don't have to always go in your wallet. You don't have to always go in your pocket to be kind to yourself or be kind to somebody else.
Mm.
Sometimes it's just listening. Sometimes it's being empathetic and
Mm.
compassionate and understanding
Mm. Mm.
towards yourself.
So true.
Towards yourself. Be your own best friend for once, you know? And like I said, the journal helps with that. The journal really, really helps with getting to know yourself. So that would be
That
my
is
get
amazing.
a journal. Get you a journal.
Her get you a journal. I
Get
do
you a
journal
journal.
myself. Even if it's in my phone, I have a journal on my phone as well. So it is a must for me. It's part of my self care routine, so I completely understand that.
Yeah, it
You have
helps.
given silent tips, be kind self tips, how to balance and be real with yourself and others. So
I
you
hope.
stylist, a boutique owner. What else do you have going on before we end here? We can share with our audience.
Well, I also started before the pandemic writing children's books, and one of the first books in the series, I got it right here. is Dancing Josh and the Puppies. This is
Oh,
the back of it, me and my son. And it's just a really colorful. It's a really colorful. Look at the dogs. They're just chewing up everything. Little bad butts.
making a mess.
Making a mess. So it's just
Oh, I
a
love
story
that.
about responsibility and teaching Joshua how to take care of the dogs. We have
Okay.
2 dogs. So we have 2 dogs. My grandmother has 3 dogs. And so we always got to clean up after them. We always got to let them outside. We always got to feed them. They got to go to the
Mm-hmm.
park. They got to get their vaccinations. And so this is just teaching him. He finds these puppies and he's like, "Oh, mommy, can we keep them?" And I'm like, "Puppies work. I don't know about these puppies." And so there's a journey um in Joshua learning how to take care of these puppies, and he's learning responsibility. So all the books
I
coming
love that. That is awesome.
from Yay, thank you. So this can be found
You're
at
welcome.
adventuresofdancingjOsh.com. AdventuresofdancingjOsh.com. It's me and my son Joshua down here. And
And
yeah, it's something I always wanted to do. And I just sat there one day. I was in the store at the time. Sat there and I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna do it," and I did it. And I'm very grateful.
congratulations to you and your son on the book. So okay,
Thank
let me
you.
refresh that. You're a stylist, a boutique owner, and an author. There we go. Many hats with many hats. Where can our audience find you to contact you for style advice, for ordering clothes, or just to ask you any questions?
Right now, I'm not currently working as a stylist, but you know what? You never know. So send me an email at shop@jmccraystyle.com. You know, jmccraystyle.com. jmccraystyle.com is where you can find my clothes. J McCray Style Boutique is all my social media handles. J McCray Style Boutique. So it's JMCCRAYSTYLE Boutique on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. And I have my TikTok store, Instagram store, and Facebook store set up. Really, my Facebook and my Instagram store is set up better than anything. And my website is phenomenal. I switched over to Shopify and I absolutely love it. And so now I have self-love shirts for Valentine's Day. I do have some couple stuff, but for us single ladies, we can still celebrate as well. We can celebrate in loving ourselves. And it ain't gotta be Valentine's Day. I love hearts. I love hearts all the time. Hearts and bows are my thing. So
Mm,
we have some
yes.
beautiful t-shirts and sweatshirts, some comfy things so we can run errands in, still be cute, still be stylish, put on our hoops, honey, and go. And
Yes.
and still be, full of love and still be
Wow.
full of love. So those are some things that you can find that's been recently added in our new arrivals. In our gift section as well, you can see a lot of the Valentine's Day shirts and self-love shirts in the gift section and in new arrivals.
Awesome. Awesome.
Come on.
You woke up and you were nervous and you were worried and it drained you. It made you feel tired, but you decided to feel good today. Make sure that you crossed all your T's, dotted your I's. You did your checklist to make sure that you were going to have a successful day. Now, you said you had a phone call from a friend. How did that
Yes.
go?
Oh my gosh. So whenever I feel bad, I have a friend, I call up and I say, I need encouragement. Today is that day. I need to hear good words. And she'll say, Foresteen, you're a beautiful person. Girl, you one of the best people I know. You got the kindest heart in the world and you work super hard, girl. Don't worry about it. You got it. And she normally is right, you know.
It's okay.
Actually, yep, I'm like, okay. And I feel so much better when I finished talking to her. So, yep, I got dressed. I threw on my suit jacket and all that. I was like, it's
Looking
business
good,
time.
too.
But thank you.
That's
Yeah,
right.
pull this out the closet. I felt like shining. Shimmy, shimmy, cocoa.
That's right. That's right. So ladies, remember that. I'm sure we all have a friend somewhere. Hopefully, if you're not that friend for somebody else, somebody is that friend for you.
Yes.
You
yep.
know, let's be there for each other to encourage one another as we build up our brand and build up our business.
Queens building queens. Okay?
That's right. Queens building queens.
Hi, beauties. Thank you for tuning into the season finale of season 2 of Beauty and Me with Tina. I hope my guest and I were able to help you with your self-care process and also your self-styling process with Love and Me Style Session. I know the season is complete, but we are not finished. We do have special series of Sip, Shop, and Eat Atlanta that is coming to you starting next Sunday at 3 p.m. So don't forget to tune in, and I hope you enjoy meeting some new businesses in the Atlanta area. See you soon, beauties.